I'm a very vivid dreamer. At least that's what my therapist says when I recall my dreams to her. I visited wonderful places, done things I wouldn't have been capable of doing in the real world. I've strolled in gorgeous fields of multicolored flowers, pale blue snow-capped mountains rising in the distance. I've been on Broadway, sailed on endless sparkling blue oceans under a bright, cloudless sky. But I've also witnessed terrible crimes, watched grave robbers at work, witnessed murder and rape, watched war in action. Yet, this is the strangest dream I've had so far. I'm standing in a dismal field of ankle-height gray grass, swaying in a light breeze. The field is surrounded by skyscrapers that reach up to dizzying heights, their jet-black walls studded with hundreds of windows lit with red light. All around, violet stems support glaring silver eyes in place of flowers. Though the sky is pure black, lacking a source of light, I can still see clearly. A yawning crack in the earth is before me, webbing across the landscape, splitting into thousands of islands. For a moment I stood, surrounded by this, until I began to walk towards a circle of trees, following a path that had not been there before. The trees were a darker shade of gray than the grass, and the trunks seemed to be moving, as if it were made of millions of teeming ants. The leaves were red and glowing as if emitting their own light. It was, in a dark way, beautiful. There was a mass of thorn vines crisscrossing the trunks, their thorns matching the leaves and looking wickedly sharp. The trees parted on the far end, the path continuing in darkness. I continued along the path, stepping gently on the soft grass, but soon I began to have the feeling of being watched. My dream self-ignored it for a bit, but it soon became too much. I turned to see a figure looming between the trees, solid black, except for its almond-shaped eyes, blood red and gleaming. It was basically human-shaped, though it was elongated, its limbs tapering to a sharp point. The creature had no nose or hair, but it did have a large mouth, full of sharp, gleaming, ivory teeth, stretching across its face where its ears would be. And it turned its head towards me, smiling.